Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, friends. It feels fun saying this, but we have some more Lower Decks to watch. Let's watch Season 5, Episode 3, The Best Exotic Nanite Hotel. I can't wait, friends, so let's not wait. Nothing to it but to do it. If you could do me a quick favor, though, and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time we go live with Star Trek. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description, my friends. But all that is then and this is now, and now it's time for us to journey once more aboard the USS Cerritos as we become lower deckers ourselves. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go! Oh, awesome. What's this? Obviously a starbase.
Today, the Cerritos is docked at the Cosmic Duchess, an interstellar cruise ship the size of a moon.
Cosmic Duchess.
A nanite cluster has infested the resort, consuming metal to self-replicate.
It's great to have you back, Tendi.
I echo Mr. Rutherford's enthusiasm. Despite the increase in cheering, your presence is a comfort.
Ooh, the Duchess is amazing.
They've got to do something about that beard.
Sorry, Mr. Boimler, but you and I have a little side quest we need to take care of.
Side quest?
Enjoy your mission with the big boys.
Shut up. It's great though, right? I'm so excited.
Oh.
Oh, it's nice to finally have a straightforward, simple mission with no drama or...
Babe, wait up!
Jen.
You weren't about to leave your girlfriend behind, were you?
What? Y'all broke up. Okay? I mean, I don't know if this is denial, but Jen, I hate to tell you this, but that ship has sailed. We're in the credits, everybody, so we can talk freely. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's speculate here about what exactly is going on. Let's see. It's Lower Decks. Can we divine what's going on? No. Can we guess? Sure. Can we guess poorly? Absolutely. At least I can. Poorly. Guess poorly. You all can probably guess exactly, but I don't know. Is this Jen? Is Jen the type of person that F's up and then just pretends like it never happened? I don't know. I actually don't know Jen well enough to know if that's the case. I know I don't like Jen because of the crap she did with her friends. And I don't like Jen. She was mean when she thought that Mariner was one that ratted him out. So hell with her. That is not a supportive person.
You, me, and Billups are going on a little undercover mission.
Oh, cool. I love spy stuff. Do we get to wear the black bodysuit?
Call me Zach Ransom.
And I'm Gilbert Manhandle, literary dilettante with a gambling addiction.
Nobody's gonna remember that.
Gilbert Manhandle.
Whoa, Jed, what happened to you?
Commander Ransom did.
What do you mean?
Just went on a mission and lost both my hands. The whole mission. He kept making me do the dangerous stuff. I got ordered to lift a rock and like 50 piranha bats flew out. Bye-bye, hands.
Admiral Milius is AWOL. Came down with a touch of vacation madness.
In his last communication with Starfleet Command, he told them to shove a coconut up their butt.
Well, it was good to see Jet.
Really want to be Gilbert Manhandle?
No, you gotta be something normal, like Sandy.
Listen, Jack's not... Something's not right with that anyway.
Now I'm remembering, she dumped me. She gave me back a candle.
Babe, get over here. You're gonna love this.
She does not appear to share your assessment.
Lynn.
Glumpus was here for sure.
Glumpus?
I decided to give the nanites a name since they glump so much.
Aw, cute.
It appears to be harvesting material and power for self-replication.
Be right back.
She totally thinks we're still together. This is nuts.
Perhaps she has a brain parasite.
Broke up. I just assumed it was clear. We haven't said a word to each other in like forever.
Assumptions are anathema to communication.
Sorry I ran off. I just had this great idea for how to catch the Glumpus. It'll do wonders for my transfer application.
I just wanted to... Wait.
Transfer?
I was offered a promotion to the Manitoba. This is my final mission with the Cerritos.
Oh, thank God. I mean...
So she's just going to not say anything.
Well, how did she take it?
She didn't have to. Lucky for me, the whole thing just kind of worked itself out. I'll be avoiding a messy emotional conversation once again.
Talin, what do you have to say about this? Oh, I thought for sure we'd have a Talin comment.
No need for that. The sun here is artificial. It knows when you've been sufficiently tanned.
You know, just trying to be extra safe today. You know me, all about safety. I love leisure, etc.
How dare you drink in front of us?
Oh, is alcohol frowned upon in your culture?
My bro is ignorant of your ways. He did not mean to offend.
I'm so sorry you had to see that.
Filthy, what a filthy little man.
Who's a filthy little man?
Cretaceans consider eating to be more intimate than mating.
Really?
Apparently one of Milius's acolytes spends a lot of time at the top of that huge, dangerous mountain.
Why do we dress in beach apparel then?
The Glumpus should be drawn right to it.
I'm not so sure about this. We don't really know how Glumpus processes energy.
Just give her a win. Don't waste those big Vulcan brain juices, Talin. He's just a novelty beach crooner.
Krog is my favorite musician.
What?
I've heard he's very, tropical.
He is a master of the vibe tubes.
He is a master of the vibe tubes.
Just means more time to spend cuddling up with my snuggle fluff.
Nope, no time. Let's boost it.
Got it. Sort of. And now it's charged up.
Looks like we're not done yet.
Let's take this golf cart. I like how Billups is on this mission.
She's a denobulin, right, Sandy? Sandy? Gilbert?
Yep, that's her.
Gilbert Manhandle.
Mr. Boimler?
Okay, yeah, they're a
Coward's Gulch. I can't wait to see the name of whatever death one she goes on. Expert's Demise. There we go.
How do you make the gravity stop?
He's going straight.
It's my first time. Please just help me get down the hill.
You're grabbing my genitals!
Why are they on your back?
Where else would they be?
Wow, I've never seen someone go off that cliff and live.
Guess I'm lucky that Starfleet keeps me in space most of the time. My bones aren't very dense, so.
You're Starfleet? Admiral, Starfleet is here.
Nice job, Brad. Well, this thing's getting bigger.
My sweet, loving girlfriend and I will take the balcony. The rest of you check the orchestra.
Are you trying to get rid of me?
No, I'm just...
Yes, Jen, because of this.
This is bananas. How could she possibly think we're a couple?
Perhaps because you are pretending to be?
Perhaps.
Was she on that team that got turned into crystals?
I don't know.
That cave is not looking lazy.
Could be a trap. Mr. Boimler, head in there and report.
You just said it could be a trap.
Reserved?
I'm not your coal mine canary either. I am a good officer.
It's a lazy river, everybody.
Maybe we can incapacitate Glumpus with a localized electromagnetic pulse.
Maybe a magnetic net?
A magnetic net may be difficult to obtain. Perhaps we...
Their eyes.
Oh, Krog's
Oh my
vibe
God.
tubes. This must be where he's playing tonight.
I am having difficulties maintaining my focus in anticipation of Krog's propinquity.
I know, honey. Your stupid plan just made it huge, remember?
Are you f***ing kidding me? You're the one who phasered the...
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yo, happy!
Are you sure there is...
Meanwhile...
Don't move. What?
It's a... What is it? Icosahedron!
Oh my God!
I don't know what kind of hedron that is, but by any other name. I got a sort of reference.
Congrats on being hostages in AWOL Falls.
AWOL? Is this like a Heart of Darkness type of thing? We had a lot of that recently.
Guys, tell him I'm not the canary.
He's not the canary, you monsters! What does that even mean?
I don't know.
He's just being supportive. He's Billups.
Okay, look, before you hurt me.
This is an apocalypse now shit. Yeah.
You're gonna be disappointed.
Lieutenant Junior Grade Bradward Boimler. I've been watching you all day.
Great. Creepy.
I'm more than just a guy. You and I are cut from the same cloth.
Why is he burned if the sun was supposed to not burn you?
But do you know what insufferable missions my ships were given?
Borg stuff?
The milking of space whales!
Wow.
I dedicated my life to Starfleet and was relegated to an interstellar dairy farmer!
Okay. What you drinking there,
bud? No matter
bud?
how far up the ladder you climb.
Temple of Dread.
You want peace, safety, and extended happy hour on Mondays? Then go AWOL with me.
You're an admiral. Can't you order yourself to do stuff? Oh, they're in it. I thought I just ran over them. Is that Grog or Krog? Cool shot. Well, got Krog.
Yeah, but I encouraged you to juice it up because I wanted this day to end.
Meanwhile, as it runs behind absorbing people.
The babying and the kissing.
I was f***ing with you.
What? Why?
Because we never officially broke up and I wanted you to admit it.
Oh, well, okay.
You didn't give me a chance to apologize. You just phased me out. It sucked.
I was getting shipped off to Starbase 80. Everyone thought I was a traitor, even my mom. I needed you to have my back.
And you did not.
Okay then, Jennifer, I'm officially breaking up with you.
I officially accept.
Okay, well then let's get to work.
I'm in the Clumpus!
Ruffy, are you okay?
I just detected a signal that's controlling the nanites from in here with me. If you can disrupt it, it should be able to deactivate the swarm.
Way to go, Rutherford.
We didn't bring you with us to be expendable. We brought you because you're reliable and smart.
Plus, you're wiry, and we always need a wiry guy.
Didn't want me as a human shield?
No, you're good at problem solving and you can crawl through ducts.
And that's like 99% of most undercover ops.
Duck crawling.
They're lying to you, Mr. Boimler. Why did he throw you into danger all day?
Why are you burned?
Mr. Boimler's made his decision.
You're damn right I have.
Zap him!
It's too greasy and watery.
It's like trying to grab a string bean.
It's too greasy and wiry.
Are you sure this'll work?
Nope, but we're out of time.
Oh?
Jump!
We need to disrupt the signal.
That's still the plan.
The pipes.
Hit it, Talon!
It's feeling the groove. The rhythm is gonna get it. According to the Estefan paradox, it had no chance.
Throw yourselves at them. Sacrifice your very lives.
That's not really the vibe we're here for.
Right, we're here for the,
You can't force me to return. I'll be put in charge of a fleet that's stationed at Starbase 80 or something.
Sorry, brah.
Sorry, brah.
You are Krog on the rocks.
That is correct.
That is correct.
I apologize for playing your vibe tubes. It was presumptuous.
That is illogical. You have saved my life.
You practice logic?
I have become an adoptee of Vulcan meditative practices. I am a big fan of your work.
And I of yours.
Talon just fell in love.
I really went out of my way to avoid a direct conversation, huh?
Look, you're talking to someone who pretended to still be in a relationship to trick her ex into fully breaking up with her.
I've got some deep-seated psychological issues.
That signal. They were being controlled by a single microscopic chip.
Wait, is that an Intrepid class?
Oh, Starfleet, thank God. This is Captain Tercel of the Endeavor.
Endeavor.
We've been through a month of hell.
A month?
A month.
A Federation starship from a dimension of a much smaller scale was stranded in ours. We've encountered a fissure similar to the one that pulled you here, but we can't recreate it.
I appreciate the effort.
I'll be canceling all previous missions and focusing solely on getting you home, Captain Terzel.
You exist in my dimension too, but there you just milk whales.
Yes, well, that's not the case here.
Here it's much different.
Talon, I got you something.
It appears someone has defaced this image.
What? No.
He signed it.
It holds no scientific value.
Oh, I guess I can recycle it.
I should keep it in my quarters, in case I need to study handwriting in the future.
This is the first time I haven't been mortal enemies with an ex. Exciting!
Mortal enemies?
Have you seen Ensign Manhaver? We're going to a lava planet to try and wrangle some crystalline spiders. He loves danger. He'd want in. Oh, there he is, behind the bar.
Oh, he sees you, Jet! Run!
Hey, get
Fuck, you see Jet, run!
on.
I just got these hands!
Oh, Jet. All right, everybody, we just got done watching the 3rd episode of the 5th season of Star Trek Lower Decks, entitled The Best Exotic Nanite Hotel, and the only thing left to do is to talk about it. All right, everyone, we just got done watching The Best Exotic Nanite Hotel, the 3rd episode of the 5th season of Star Trek Lower Decks. This was, okay, so here's my problem. Here's my problem. I do not like Jennifer. I've never have. And seeing her back, I guess, was okay. It makes me a little bit sad. I think that's what I was trying to identify why I was watching that, and I was kind of quiet through this one because I'm watching it and I'm going, you know, what do I dislike here? And it's not Jennifer, and it's not the fact that she thinks that they're still together. What's my problem? And then I realized about halfway through the episode, they're tying off loose ends. And that's what I don't like. They are, you know, finishing chapters. They are putting the periods at the end of sentences. Oh, you wonder what happened with Jennifer and Mariner? Here's how it ends. And I don't like that because it just speaks and it kind of hints towards the fact that we only have 7 episodes remaining, you know, as it stands, of Star Trek Lower Decks. I've heard conflicting reports. I've heard, you know, things that I have read said that, you know, the creatives had time. Here's what I've heard. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong. I heard that season 5 was written and then they were told, hey, season 5's it. And so they hadn't started animation or voiceover or anything like that yet. And so the creatives had time to go in, and the season 5 that they had written, they were able to adapt and kind of manipulate and change and edit and all that good stuff to reach basically. They have said that they're not ending anybody's story, that they hope that the stories continue. They're leaving them as basically launch pads ready. You know, they're just tying them off for now. You can untie them whenever you want. But they had a chance to kind of put a pin in everything, you know, like, okay, you don't have to worry about this storyline or this plot point or this beat or anything like that. We're going to cover all that and we're going to take care of it. So whenever we do end season 5, you're not going to say, well, what about this or what about that? Or we never heard about what happened to this person or this thing or that thing. So they were able to give at least a sense of closure, or I think what they used was a pause, you know, we'll just press pause on everything for Star Trek Lower Decks. But, you know, even in just a pause and everything like that, you know, there's being cynical, you think, okay, what's the chances that they come back to these, you know, whether in live action or animation? I've heard rumors just in my general research and getting ready for when does season 5 come out, blah, 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 that people were like suggesting or hinting like maybe they go the way of the original series and they start doing like hour-and-a-half movies, you know, every year or 2 or something like that. And I'm completely down with that. If we want to continue, and if that's what we get, you know, they're like, we're going to do movies. That's awesome with me. However, when I start seeing them take a walk around the Cerritos, they take a walk around, you know, with each of the kind of the peripheral players now, and they're like, okay, well, Jennifer's gone now, you know? And I, as I said at the top of this, don't like Jennifer. However, watching Jennifer Goes is a reminder that that's what's going to happen to all of our lower deckers. They're going to go, whether we see it or not, and I hope we do. I really, really, really hope that we do see, whether it's a flash forward or, you know, like we don't want to, there might still be some adventures for the lower deckers, but we're going to show them in 10 years, like a reunion or something. And, you know, we don't know how long they stayed together in that interim from then till now, or from now till then. But I need to know. You know, I think we all do. I think we all deserve it. I think we all deserve, we don't need to see everybody in a chair flying around in their own ships, or, you know, one ship that has Brad as the captain and Mariner as the first officer, and the chief engineer is Rutherford, and the chief medical officer is Tendi, and the science officer is T'Lyn. Would that be effing awesome? Sure, yeah. But this is Star Trek Lower Decks. They're not going to give us that. They are Star Trek fans. And the other thing is, despite all of the zaniness, all the he's and all the ha's, all the laughter, all the great moments that we've had, at their core, these creatives understand Star Trek. And I know it. I mean, that is obviously speculation, but just from my experience with them, they're not going to do something that's going to be cheesy. You know, they're going to do something that's going to be poignant. It's going to be heartfelt, because this is Star Trek, and they have to do, it's in their DNA. We've seen it for 4 seasons and 3 episodes. We've seen them love and respect the genre of science fiction and the property and the franchise that is Star Trek. You know, they're not going to do something for fan service, you know, not something to that extent. I'm convinced that we're going to have a moment, especially, you know, whether we see everybody say goodbye is one thing or another, whether we see anybody actually in the time stream that we're currently in saying goodbye, we might see a flash forward of each person kind of saying goodbye to the other. I don't know what I want as far as this resolution, so I'm leaving it up to the experts, which are obviously the Star Trek Lower Deck creatives, but I think it's needed. I really do. I really think it's necessary to show the Lower Deckers grow up. And it's sad, you know, and I think that's what Jennifer's leaving kind of reminded me of. It was, you know, the end is coming. You know, and whether they call it a pause, whether they call it they're tying, like I say, tying off, you know, just tying the story into a little bow. You can untie it. It's real easy. It's not a good knot. It's just there. Regardless of all of that, there is an ending to this chapter. And I think we all deserve it, both to these characters and the creatives of Star Trek Lower Decks, to let them tell that. You know, and despite my sadness of seeing Jen go, and the reminder that Jen is, Jen basically was wearing a t-shirt that said, I'm season 5 and everything's going to end, you know, which is so, you know, I mean, it's so fatalistic and stuff like that. And I don't mean to sound like that, but we have to appreciate the seconds that we have. I do. I need to look at these and not be like, oh, Jen's leaving, that means everybody's leaving. I need to stay in the moment and appreciate the fact that we're watching brand new Lower Decks episodes. And they're very good. I mean, this is kind of a middle of the pack episode for me, as far as, you know, the moments that we had. I found, you know, some of them a little zany, but that's Lower Decks. And I think, you know, obviously the focus on Jen for me is in the same atmosphere as like Peanut Hamper, you know, where I dislike Jen. So when the focus is on Jen, I'm immediately like, crossing my arms, okay, entertain me, you know, like I'm all right, start the episode pissed, you know, which is, it's hard to kind of pull yourself out of that dive and go back into the enjoyment. I'm sure that when I watch this again during editing, knowing Jen appears in it and knowing that, you know, the resolution and everything, I'll enjoy it more, because I'm not sitting there like gritting my teeth like, fucking Jen thinks they're still together. Hell with Jen, you know? That's where's my brain was doing when I saw her and she was pretending like they were still together. I'm like, that's not true. You're a lying, Jennifer. You're an Andorian liar. Whatever that means. But, you know, the show in and of itself is just, I mean, I've heard criticisms. I'm sure we all have. Fans of Star Trek Lower Decks have heard criticisms. And a lot of those criticisms, you know, I respect everybody's point of view. And if somebody says, animation's not my thing, I don't like my Star Trek to be funny, I completely understand that. I completely get that. You know, you have an idea, you enjoy a specific kind of Star Trek, a specific, you know, like Trouble for Tribbles wasn't, you know, if the comedy thing's a problem, you know, I mean, I get it. There's Star Trek episodes and series, apparently, I haven't seen them all, for everybody. You know, there's specific tastes. Somebody likes this series and doesn't like that series. I've heard it all. I've heard everybody kind of, you know, saying what they like and what they dislike. And, you know, the argument that has been made for Star Trek Lower Decks that I've heard, like kind of people that, I just don't, you know, I don't know, it doesn't take Star Trek seriously, you know? That's the one I can argue against. Are there way more he's and haws in Lower Decks than in the majority of the Star Trek that I've seen? Absolutely. Is it still Star Trek? It's some of the purest Star Trek I've seen. And with that, you get these incredible characters that have these incredible heartfelt, poignant moments. And you know what? They set it up like this. These creatives really had an idea and a vision for Star Trek Lower Decks. So how do we tell a comedic story inside the Star Trek universe without belittling or kind of, diluting the kind of the tension that's always there for Star Trek? We put them on a support craft. We put them where they're not going to be at the front lines or negotiating peace with the Romulans, but they are a vital part of Starfleet. And so, it's even the ship itself is a lower decker, and, the Cerritos is on the lower deck hierarchy of Starfleet. But it shows us the human side, or, relatively speaking, of Starfleet as well. We see these people that could become the Scotties, the Uhuras, could become the Kirks and Picards and Janeways. They all start from somewhere. And, I love being able to see that, because I think with that type of investment and knowing these characters, even if we see a flash forward of them in like the Picard timeline, you know what I mean? I often think that's where we're going to see them again, because the Picard timeline, and correct me if I'm wrong, is like 20 some years after the events of Lower Decks, like 20, maybe 30 years after the events of Lower Decks. I can't remember it specifically, but it's like a multi-decade type of thing. But I think what it really boils down to is that we've lived with these characters. They are Star Trek characters through and through. And in this moment of saying goodbye, we need to remember the first part, that we are watching characters grow. And this is part of that lifespan. You can't stay in the nest forever. You can't stay aboard the Cerritos forever. You have to take risks. You have to be uncomfortable to grow into the heroes they already are, but to become, I guess, the leaders that Starfleet's going to need them to be. And I'm here for it, friends. Even when I get depressed, or even when I get, a little down or a little dulled out, the color drains a little bit from me when we're watching these things. I always look and, T'Lyn will be there to cheer you up with some of her quirky Vulcan behaviors. Tendy's there as a beacon of bright light. Rutherford's there with the answer. And a couple warnings in this episode. I'm not sure we should do that. And of course, we've got Bradward Boimler and we've got Beckett Mariner there to lead us through all of these things. And hopefully, lead us on to points far in the future. But friends, unfortunately, it's time for us to go. But before we go, we should say goodbye from somewhere. Where should we say goodbye from? Well, friends, I was thinking about this during the episode, and I say we say goodbye from inside that whatever hedron, dodecahedron, but not that. You're inside the by any other name, whatever that thing happens to be, because it looked just like the one from By Any Other Name, albeit much bigger. We're inside spinning. As Rutherford and Tendi and everybody come up with a plan. We're helping when we can, but this is a little bit beyond us as far as these nanites and things like that. But we watch as these 5 work their magic. Well, 5, because we didn't have Brad there. But, we watch as they work their magic. And even we, other lower deckers, other ensigns, look up and say, damn, we need to be like them, because they're going places. And I hope we get to see it. Friends, until I see you, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.